Now, the Megan Thee Stallion ghostwriting accusation. The other day, someone in the music industry came out and accused Meg of having a ghostwriter. Meg has actually been involved in a similar situation in the past, which I had no clue about. With that being said, let's talk about it. Now, Megan Thee Stallion, I think most people are familiar with Megan at this point. She's a pretty big rapper in the industry, but most importantly of all, she's one of the most recognized faces in the female rap scene. That aside, the other day, a producer who's worked very closely with Kodak Black throughout the years went on Instagram and put up a post saying, "At Megan Thee Stallion, been in your writing camps with all your quote-unquote co-writers. You are definitely not the talent behind any of your records. Go cling on that bottle and recut that verse one more time. You didn't match the reference they wrote for you." The producer, who goes by the name of Derek, not sure how you say it, he said this as a result of a recent situation that went down between Megan Thee Stallion and Kodak Black, and that situation is this. Kodak Black, about a week ago, was on DJ Academic's new podcast getting interviewed. Megan Thee Stallion came up in a conversation, and this is what was said.
Wait, what was it from Megan Thee Stallion? It was
Let me try the boat.
Oh, to try the boat. Yeah, everybody said it was synonymous with her. That shit was like
she don't know me. She ain't gotta say, "Oh, thank you for this quote" and this crazy shit.
But at least
when it came time for when the people like answer the little questions on the TV show, and she, like, who came up with that? Like, what rapper came up with that?
So just some quick insight and context into what Kodak was talking about. So, you know the "let me drive the boat" meme that was originated by Kodak? Megan at some point, not sure exactly when, picked up the term and started saying it. People then low-key started crediting her for it. At one point in time, she was on a live television show. They were asking who came up with the "let me drive the boat" meme. This is what happened.
Which hip-hop star created the catchphrase "drive the boat"? And what does it mean? Don't mess up, Pooh.
I think Megan did it.
Meg, as you could hear, didn't really take credit for it. She was sitting there in silence, which is the problem. She of course knew what hip-hop artists they were talking about, but decided to not say anything. Anyway, Meg, after the podcast episode with Academics and Kodak went live, put up a couple tweets saying, "Young boys better, ratio, you fell off. Period." Not sure if this was really a shot at Kodak or if it was just her feeding into the "young boys better" meme. A lot of people thought it was a response to Kodak anyway. Regardless of that, Kodak's producer said what he said on that Instagram story I showed you, and there's that. Like I said on the intro, she's actually been through these ghostwriting accusations in the past, which I found out today as I was working on this video. Back in May 2019, a New York artist by the name of Wolf Tyler put up a post on Twitter saying, "Got my first placement and it's on an album by a woman who I think is fire. Hashtag Simon Says," and a little pen emoji. Simon Says is a song on Megan's debut mixtape, Fever, which dropped on the 17th of May 2019. Wolf Tyler was involved in the creation of this record. A lot of people took her post as her claiming that she wrote the song though. Megan was one of those people and she put up this on her Instagram story responding back to Wolf Tyler. "I write all my own shit. Don't let nobody gas you up like that," she said. "That clout shit is crazy," she added. Wolf Tyler responded back defending herself because she didn't like being called a clout chaser for simply embracing and showing love to something she was not only proud of but something she had a part in. Megan responded back by saying, "Like I said, don't nobody write for me, so don't try to insinuate you did. Just be clear from the beginning, I didn't even know she had nothing to do with the song. Juicy J say you ain't write nothing." Now Juicy J's name was mentioned right there, and he was actually featured on his Simon Says record. Apparently Juicy J, from what I've gathered, was the person who initially had the beat to this record. He then sold the beat to Meg after she heard it and loved it. Wolf Tyler had recorded a reference track to the song, which she later exposed to the public after Meg started going at her.
Put your hands on your feet. Simon said, bust it open like a freak. Simon says, put your hands on your hips, huh?
Meg put up an Instagram story alleging that Juicy J actually wrote the hook and gave it to her and she doesn't care about no reference tracks. And Juicy J then backed up Meg by saying, "That's right, I produced and write a lot of songs and I get people to reference the songs. I wrote Simon Says. Now let's end this. This is very petty. Have a happy Sunday." Now it looks like Megan, according to her, had no clue that Wolf Tyler was even involved in this record. At least that's what she said. I think that's highly unlikely though, and I say that because number one, the flow on the song sounds very similar to the reference track, and on top of that, Wolf Tyler is actually credited as a writer on the record. No way in hell you're not at least familiar with the names that are going to be credited as writers on your music. Meg was being so defensive though because people were running with the fact that she now supposedly had ghostwriters. However, Wolf Tyler never claimed that she wrote the entire song. She explicitly stated that she was a part of it. Did of course sneak in a little pen emoji though, so I think that could be considered her insinuating that she wrote it. Come to find out, she only worked on a song's hook, which you heard the reference track I played you. In this case, Wolf Tyler was a co-writer since she ended up being credited on the final product. Had she not been credited on anything, that would have technically made her a ghostwriter since she's a writer who's not visible. A ghost writer. Personally, I don't feel too strongly against the whole having co-writers thing. The reality is that every extremely successful artist in the industry gets help. I'm not saying that everyone has ghostwriters, but having co-writers is pretty common in the music industry. How much do these co-writers contribute to the final product though? Now, that is a whole nother conversation. Sometimes you just chilling in the studio and you randomly end up saying a word the artist ends up using for their song could end up in you getting writing credits. Or on the other hand, you record a reference track that ends up in the artist's hands. They not only end up using the beat, but draw some inspiration from your unfinished version, and boom, you're officially a writer in the industry. Aside from the drama, that's pretty much what happened in this situation right here. Now, Wolf Tyler is more than just a writer. She's an artist who's pretty successful. She's doing it all independently, and her music is pretty dope. Regarding Meg though, I'm not a big Megan Thee Stallion fan at all, but I can say with confidence that she can rap. Megan can spit a hot 16 or 2. Now, whether or not those high 16s appeal to me, not so much. I wanted to discuss this entire thing to shed some light on the whole writers and ghostwriting conversation that always comes up. This is a real life example of that, so I thought it was important to bring up. Whether or not Megan Thee Stallion has ghostwriters like Kodak's producer was claiming, personally, I wouldn't say that. He could have said that strictly because number one, he's obviously Kodak's boy, and this Wolf Tyler beef with Meg was a thing in the past, so a lot of people are gonna be quick to jump on it and say, hey, look, she does have ghostwriters. But yeah, the Megan Thee Stallion ghostwriting accusation. Any thoughts on this entire conversation? Still can't believe I didn't hear about this 2 years ago when it happened, but Kodak's producer pointing the finger at Meg inspired me to make this video. With that being said, do you guys have any thoughts on this entire conversation? Definitely let me know in the comment section below, and let's have a discussion about this.